Okay, so you just got home from work. Everybody's out of the house. The kids have their things that they're doing, and your husband is going to be like hanging out watching the game at a bar with a bunch of his friends. So what are you going to do? You're going to go through a drive-thru and get some hamburgers and French fries? No. You're going to make your own hamburgers and French fries. And trust me, this will take about 40 minutes. I promise it's going to be fantastic. Okay, here's the first thing you need to know about French fries. Start your oven at 425. It's going to take about 30 minutes for them to roast, okay? So we have russet potatoes. These are the kinds you want to use, not the waxy ones, because then, well, they don't taste really good. They're not a good French fry potato, okay? Also, you're going to need a cookie sheet, and believe me on this, you want to spray some cooking stuff down on your cookie sheet, and then put some aluminum foil and spray that too. Lots of starch in a potato. It will burn the daylights out of your pans and you will not like it. Not good stuff. Okay, so I've got 2 russet potatoes cut right here. Super easy to cut these for French fries. All you got to do, go straight down. Be real careful because you could hurt yourself. Go straight down, and then with each half you're going to go 1, see, and so now you got a big wedge, and then cut again to make another wedge. Steak fries, yummy. Okay, so once you've got your potatoes cut up, just a little bit of olive oil. You don't need a lot. Hardly even a couple of tablespoons. You got a little bit of pepper, not a whole bunch. And then I'm going to put a little bit of salt, but just a little bit, because at the end, after they're done and they're out of the oven, we're going to put some amazing shredded Parmesan cheese, and it's going to be freshly shredded. It's so good. And then just toss them. Okay, so once you've tossed these, it doesn't take but 2 seconds to toss them and get them nice and coated. Put them on your cookie sheet and make sure that they're kind of in a single layer, because you don't want them to steam. You want them to roast. Okay, let's get these suckers in the oven. Okay, so now that you've got your potatoes safely in the oven, what you're going to want to do is make your hamburgers. Okay, so got a big pan. You don't necessarily need a nonstick. If you've got nonstick, that's great too. But make sure that the pan is pretty decently hot, okay? So you're going to put a little bit of oil in there. Not too much. Maybe about another tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, just enough to give yourself a good coat at the bottom of the pan. Okay? And then let's talk about meat. The meat you're going to use for these particular hamburgers is 80-20. Now the reason why you want to use 80-20 is because it is so much richer. It's got a pretty decent amount of fat in it. So and that's where taste is. I'm sorry, fat's delicious, okay? So get the 80-20. If you're going to go lean, really honestly, don't bother, because they're going to shrink up into little hockey pucks. They're not going to taste like anything. So what you're going to want to do is, when you go to the grocery store, just get yourself a little, plastic baggie, put a couple of cups of the meat into this plastic baggie and throw it in the freezer. That way, when you need yourself a hamburger, it's ready to go. I pulled this out this morning. It defrosted in the fridge overnight, during the day rather, and then, it's ready to go. So each of the hamburgers that I'm going to make right now are about a half a cup each. And I've already got a couple made. And this is what they look like. You just put them in a half cup measure, just like this, and then you smush them down. I like them pretty thin, because that way you don't have that gross, like not cooked stuff in the middle. If you like your burgers a little bit thicker, use about a cup of meat. Okay, let's get these in the pan. Okay, so you've got your hamburger. I'm just going to put it down. Now, if you've got a nonstick like I do, leave it, because what you want it to do is form a crust. And when it's ready to be released, it will release itself. Trust me on this. Next one down. And I'm going to turn this down just a little teeny bit. We had it on high while it was warming up. And now I'm turning it to like a medium. And we're gonna get a little bit of seasonings on board. Not a lot, because believe it or not, 80-20 ground beef is so flavorful on its own. You don't need a lot of seasonings. A little bit of salt, little bit of pepper, and then leave it alone. You're gonna want these to cook on each side. If they're thin like this, give them about 1 minute to 2 minutes and let them sit. Don't move them. Don't lift them up. Don't get crazy. They're gonna do their thing all on their own, and then you're gonna flip them. It's gonna take another couple of minutes and they're gonna be done. Now, if you want cheese on your burger, that last minute on the second side is when you wanna put your cheese on a burger. Me personally, I don't really wanna go for any crazy cheeses. With this particular burger, it's like standard all-American burger. So you're gonna want some all-American Velveeta sliced cheese. It's delish, it's fantastic. You wanna get crazy? Put any kind of cheese on there you want to. You could put Gouda, you could put Brie, you could put a really delicious slice of Swiss cheese. It's fantastic. These will handle any kind of cheese you wanna put on them. Now another thing, I'm a purist. I don't like anything on my burger. If I wanted a salad, I'd ask for a salad. This is meat, it's cheese, it's bread, it's fantastic. Okay, these have been cooking for 2 minutes on the first side. Now remember, even if you don't have a non-stick pan, let them sit. Don't move them around. For God's sake, don't poke them, because all that does is let all the juice out. So, by juice I mean fat. Okay, so we're gonna flip them over, and you're gonna see they're not gonna stick because they're ready to be flipped over. The food will release on its own once it's developed enough of a crust to let go of the pan. Here we go. Ooh, yummy. Ta-da. See? Just like that. Turn that sucker over. Oh, look at that. Deliciousness. You can make this faster than you can go through a drive-thru. Trust me. From prep to sitting down, it's going to take about 40 minutes. And it's so good, and it's so good for you because there's no preservatives in it. And you're not getting a super fried French fry that honestly isn't even a French fry, okay? So these are potatoes. They're fantastic. They're not fried. They're gonna be so amazing. And that little sprinkle of Parmesan cheese on top of them after they've already cooked, oh, just amazing. Okay, 2 more minutes on this side. Okay, let's plate. Delicious oven potatoes. Now here's the good thing about them. They're not fried. They're baked in the oven. And look how fabulous they look. All nice and toasty and everything. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some Parmesan cheese on them. Let's put some Parmesan cheese. Now this is real Parmesan because that's the best kind. Just sprinkle a little bit over the top. It gives you that saltiness. It gives you that delicious Parmesan flavor. And you don't need a whole bunch. And oh, look how delicious those are. Okay. Let's plate our burger. Okay, let's plate our burger. Now remember, I told you I was a purist. I don't like stuff on my burger. If you like stuff on your burger, whatever you want to put on it is completely fine. Now's the time to do it. So here is our amazing cheeseburger. Took about 5 minutes to cook. Look at that delicious cheese, all nice and melty. And a nice delicious bun. A few French fries. Ooh, those are warm. A few French fries. And remember, when you make these, make sure that you spray some cooking spray on your cookie sheet first, and then put a layer of aluminum foil and spray that too. Even though you toss your potatoes in oil, there's a lot of starch in those potatoes, and they will burn and they'll trash your cookie sheets. Okay. Oh my goodness. And here's the best part. Paper plate, so you don't have to do dishes, right? Let's taste this. Oh, it is so yummy. Oh. Oh my God. So fantastic. Such yumminess. Okay. 80-20 ground beef. Don't go leaner. You'll be sorry, I promise, trust me. 80-20 ground beef. And then delicious oven fries. Oh, yum. Oh, so fantastic. Don't go through a drive-thru. Make dinner for yourself tonight, just like that. Ooh, I'm gonna go eat.